Good morning or afternoon, depending on what part of the country you're in. Um, just thought I would go live today and ask the question, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? I guess if you don't know who I am David Specht. You're my friend, so you should know who I am. I believe three things. Number one, I believe that health matters more today than perhaps any time in our history. Number two, I believe that nutrition is one area of life where you have a great deal of control. And number three, I believe if you get traction in one area of life, you want to take on other areas. Now, the question, what are you trying to do? It evokes a lot of thought. Matter of fact, I believe that you probably have thought of something right now just by me asking the question. But I once read a book called QBQ, The Question Behind the Question. And what the purpose of that book was, what are you really trying to get down to? In our business, a lot of people say, I want to lose weight. Well, why? Or some people ask, I want to get healthy. Well, why? And I want to ask you that question. What are you trying to do? What is your reason for doing what you do or not doing what you do? If you have a strong enough why, you'll take action to do things. Let me explain. My friend Butch Bella one time told me the story of he went to the doctor and the doctor said, dude, you need to take care of your health. Or maybe he told somebody, you need to take care of your health. It's going to cost you in the long run. And we all do the same thing. Well, I've got time, I've got whatever. I can't afford to take care of my health. It's so expensive to eat healthy. It's so expensive to do these things. And then he had to have bypass surgery. All of a sudden, when his life was on the line, it was no longer too expensive because he didn't have a choice. It was no longer too inconvenient because he no longer had a choice. The what is he trying to do? Trying to live another day superseded any considerations or questions that he might have had. But we all want to get to that place before we get to the where we're out of options. Um, One of the things that I did in my personal health, and I'm not perfect, good Lord knows I'm not perfect, but one of the things that I did was I started seeing the signs on the wall about I had meds that I had to be on. I was on metformin. I was on uh, anti-inflammatories. I was on high blood pressure. And this was in my late 40s. And I knew that if something didn't change, that list would get longer and longer. And you know what? I might have had to go under the knife at some point. So what was I trying to do? I was trying to eliminate a pill bottle. I was trying to eliminate doctor's appointments. I was trying to eliminate a lack of energy because I wanted to be fully present with my family, because I knew that my journey in this world was not on the downhill slide, but it was still rising up, because I knew I was going to be a grandfather someday. So when I ask you, what are you trying to do? Now I want you to add, I'm trying to fill in the blank and then say, because. Once you have that because, now all of a sudden you've got a reason, you've got a goal, you've got a reason to take all the other considerations out, because the considerations are the things that are going to hold you up. Why did we move to Tennessee? Because God told us to. Because there's a mission that we're on, and it expanded beyond Louisiana. And because we want to do what God tells us to do, because we want to be fully present in His and fully centered in the will of God. What are your because? That's the question behind the question. What are you trying to do, and why are you trying to do it? God bless.